The fastest way to disappear from your own life is to spend every day trying to become whatever everyone else wants you to be. You say yes when you want to say no. You laugh when something bothers you, and you stay quiet when you should speak up. And after a while, you stop noticing the difference between who you really are and the version of you that keeps everybody comfortable. And that is the danger of people pleasing. It can look like being helpful, agreeable, generous, and dependable, or the one who never causes problems. But underneath that can be a constant fear of disappointing people, being criticized, rejected, left out, or seen as selfish. And when that fear starts making your decision, your life becomes less about what you value, more about keeping everyone else happy. And the problem is that everyone has different expectations. One person wants more of your time, another wants more attention, another wants you to agree with them, and someone else wants you to stay exactly the same because the old version of you was more convenient. And if your goal is to please everyone, you're chasing something impossible. There'll always be somebody unhappy with your choices. Someone will think you should be give more money or call more, work harder, speak differently, or prioritize them more. And trying to satisfy all of those expectations eventually creates resentment because you keep giving pieces of yourself away while pretending it costs nothing. People pleasing often starts small. Maybe you agree to plans where you are exhausted, apologize when you did nothing wrong, or change your opinion depending on who is in the room. And when those behaviors become your default, they can disconnect you from your preferences, your boundaries, your emotions, and your identity. And one of the clearest signs is when someone asks what you want and you genuinely don't know. You can become so focused on reading everybody else that you stop checking in with yourself. You may know exactly when someone is disappointed, yet have no idea how stressed, angry, tired, or unhappy you are until you hit a wall. Another warning sign is resentment. Sometimes the people are taking advantage of you, but resentment can also signal that you repeatedly agreed to things you did not want to do. So if you keep saying yes while secretly wishing you could say no, eventually you may blame people for accepting that yes you gave them. And that is why boundaries matter. The boundary is not a punishment or a demand that everybody behaves exactly how you want. It defines what you will participate in, what you have a capacity for, and what you will do when a line is crossed. Say, I can't help with that tonight is a boundary. Saying I'm not comfortable about being spoken to like that is a boundary. And the difficult part is realizing a healthy boundary may disappoint someone. Disappointment is not the same as harm, and someone being frustrated that you are no longer endlessly available does not mean you have become selfish. Sometimes the people who benefited most from your lack of boundaries will be the loudest when you finally create them. But being dependable does not require being permanently accessible. Being kind does not require agreeing with everyone. Being supportive does not mean becoming responsible for everybody's emotions. You can care about people without managing their reaction. You can listen without fixing. You can disagree without becoming cruel. You can say no without writing a 5 paragraph defense explaining why. People pleasers often over explain because they feel a simple no is not enough. They build a case hoping the other person will approve of the boundary. But if you need someone else's permission to set every boundary, it's not really a boundary, it's a request for approval. Learning to stop people pleasing does not mean becoming cold, rude, or selfish. It means becoming more honest. Instead of automatically saying yes, buy yourself some time. Say, let me check my schedule. Say, I need to think about that. Say, I'll get back to you. And that pause creates space between the request and your automatic response. Then ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the time and energy? Am I saying yes because I care or because I'm afraid of what happened if I say no? Will I resent this later on? And those questions reveal whether your answer is coming from generosity or fear. Another useful step is noticing where you feel the most drain. Look at relationships and commitments that help you tense. Does it leave you tense, irritated, invisible, or exhausted? That does not always mean cutting people off. Sometimes it means the relationship needs better limits. And maybe you stop answering work messages late at night. Stop volunteering for every problem or let a friend solve something you would normally rush in to fix. And at first, that can feel uncomfortable because you are changing a pattern, but discomfort can be part of learning a healthier way to relate to people. You also have to rebuild your relationship with your own preferences. You start small. What music do you actually like? What do you want to do with a free evening? What opinions have you been hiding? And what goals matter to you even if nobody else is impressed? What kind of life would you build if you were not constantly imagining how everyone would react. And if you spent years performing for approval, those questions can be surprisingly difficult. And the goal is not to stop caring what anyone thinks. This is unrealistic. The goal is to stop treating other people's opinions like commands. Feedback can be information without becoming your identity. Criticism can be considered without automatically being obeyed. And someone can misunderstand you without you launching into an emergency campaign to change your mind. Somebody can dislike a decision that is still right for your life. And that is where your sense of self start coming back. You begin making choices because they fit your values instead of protecting you from disapproval. You start noticing the people who truly respect you can survive hearing no. And healthy relationships have room for disagreement, limits, honesty, and individuality. And if a relationship only works when you are constantly sacrificing yourself, staying silent, and keeping the other person happy, what is being preserved may not be closeness. It may simply be compliance. And recovering from people pleasing means learning that your needs are part of the equation, not the only part, but a real part. You're allowed to consider your time, energy, peace, and your values and future when making decisions. You do not have to earn the right to exist by being useful to everyone around you. You discover who respects the real you, who only like the convenient version, and most importantly, what you actually think, want, and need. Because if you keep changing yourself to fit every room you walk into, eventually you will look in the mirror and have no idea who is standing there. And the way back is built one honest answer, one uncomfortable no, one clear boundary, and one decision at a time. You do not need everybody to approve of your life. You need to make sure you're actually living yours. Thanks for watching today. If you found value in today's video, please subscribe. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.